The wide open spaces of the Saudi Arabian desert stretch out like a golden carpet. But beware, the sunshine welcomed the toughest motorsport event in the world. Dakar is den of navigation. And yes, there is a set race course, but there's no markings to tell riders where to go. They have to make that direction themselves. This is the Dakar Rally, where riders and drivers have to follow the roadbook. The roadbook gives them the route through dazzling dunes, tracks and mountains. The teams have to be ready for 14 days for competition. There's one stage per day, including at least one special stage on or off-road, covering several hundred kilometers. It's called a marathon. Full race distance can total more than 7,000 kilometers. Competitors are ranked according to the times set in the previous stage, plus any sporting penalties. To complete the course, there's one vital piece of equipment which all entrants have to use: the official electronic roadbook. And for 2023, all vehicles in all categories will be equipped with a version of these tablets. The digital roadbook is prepared in advance by the organizers and then handed over 30 minutes before the start of each day's special stage. A break with tradition when it was previously available the day before to make personal individual notes. This numeric roadbook is really also important for the fairness of the competition. You wake up, you jump on the bike, you start to ride to the start line of the liaison, and you are given access to your roadbook 30 minutes before the start of the race. This means you never know where you're going during the whole day. And this is what we really call navigation of the rally ride. In the 2023 Dakar Rally ERTF, the provider of the GPS Unique, is switching completely to the new GPS Unique 4. During each special time stage, competitors have to pass checkpoints and waypoints set out by the organizers to make sure all vehicles use the intended route and don't take shortcuts or miss a waypoint. And there are time penalties or even disqualification if you have missed some waypoints. So, some special points along the way during the stages. If you miss them, it can mean 10 minutes or 5 minutes or even 2 hours of penalty. Sometimes it's difficult to find those waypoints. It's like sometimes on the TV you see the people turning around because they are looking for this waypoint because they make mistakes. There are speed zones in some stages, where limits are set by the organizers in areas where they expect big crowds or crossing villages. Sometimes you have some speed limits and your job is to make no mistake. During the day, there's GPS tracking in all vehicles so the organizers can follow competitors. But there's no map display like a road car navigation system, and overall, the only other functions allowed are the trip master and the compass. The information the GPS is giving is basically the heading. All the other things are more a tool for the organizer to control the competitors and, for example, to penalize them if they miss a waypoint or if they overspeed. One speed zone like that the guides have sometimes when riders come across some town or some specific area that they have to do like 30 or 50 kilometers per hour. If they don't do it, they would have a penalty recorded in the GPS, and afterwards they would get penalized. The technology on the last few years changed a lot. The organization have to take care about everyone's safety. And that's why there are a lot of GPS trackers which are not only for navigation in the desert, it's also to control speed. You know the position of the bike, and if you land on the side, the GPS sends an alarm to the organization. There's a few people which are looking to every single track, every single competitor, to make sure that one is not going in the wrong direction, or another country, or which is stopped without water during 2 days. Anything can happen. On the subject of safety, all bike and quad racers must wear an airbag vest, a significant advance to minimize the consequences of a high-speed impact. This year there will be 2 different routes, A and B, for the special stages, which means the rider in front might not be going the same way as you. Also new is the awards bonus time for competitors to finish first and open to the next stage. So the 2023 Dakar Rally is all about being fastest to the finish. The bivouac is the headquarters of each Dakar. It's also the only area where mechanics are allowed to work on vehicles. No assistance is allowed during the stage. Except from fellow competitors, then on the Dakar famous marathon stage, the rules are even more strict. The big difference of the marathon stage is that there's only the bivouac with the tent and the food where you sleep. That's all. There's no mechanic. There's no tire, there's no spare parts, there's nothing. And you have to manage yourself. Riders do the first part of the marathon stage one day, and the second part and the second stage on the next day. It means 2 days racing without any mechanic help. It's also done in a way that the starting order for each day within the categories is decided by the finish order on the day's previous stage. So the winner on stage 1 will start first on stage 2, and so on. For the whole event, every stage on the Dakar is led off by bikes, followed by the quads, the cars, lightweight vehicles, and then the trucks. The bikers have to take off first at the start of the day, so they have to open the stage. If they win the stage before, they have to leave the next day, and you've got a complete blank canvas of desert out there, and you've got to make your way through it and try not to get lost. In the next episode, we will be looking at the favorites in the bikes category. We will be looking at champion names like Sam Sunderland, Toby Price, Matthias Walkner, and Kevin Benavides. Stay tuned.